And the book, Stacy, I like to call it the self-help book that you never knew you needed, because who has not experienced betrayal?
Right,
I don't think
right.
there's anybody walking this earth who has not experienced some level of betrayal. And when we experience betrayal, oftentimes we don't want to accept the truth about what's going on. And so instead of accepting the truth, we start to develop narratives. And I say, we have to give a harsh title sometimes to something for it to really be your reality. So I said lies. We develop these lies to cover the truth because you may not want to deal with it. You may not have the courage, or the tools to believe it. But developing these narratives to cover the truth starts to destroy your relationship with yourself. So the book is really about the role we play in the hurt that we experience in relationships. And it goes unknown and unseen. It's one of those things that's happening under the current. Nobody thinks they're lying to themselves. Nobody's intentionally lying to themselves about anything, but it happens. So when I saw this pattern occurring in the work that I was doing with women who were coming in who were dealing with infidelity, I was just like, wow, this is mainstream. Not that I hadn't experienced it myself. Any
Right,
warm-blooded woman who's been in a relationship
right,
has dealt with her own level of denial or dating potential, or
right.
justifying, minimizing, compromising. And so I started to see this pattern of it coming through my doors. And what I realized is the longer you stay in these relationships and you tell yourself these lies, the further and further away you part from yourself. This self abandonment started to occur.